Time's up. Have your own.
Here it comes.
Fade in.
When it comes to fans, it is a fan's right to have whatever opinion they want to have.
You got to watch it. You got to hit the like button.
We've got to get it up for him, guys. Come on. Everyone who's watching this
say
video
it
needs
like
to
that.
go over
Don't
there,
say it like that.
and share the video. We got to keep going.
Don't they have to get it up for me? Don't say it like that. God damn it.
It's going to be some freak mess. You know it's going to be some weird, freaky-deaky, like, he became one with Reed Richards for one day and bust a fat nut that one moment, and now.
But guys, can't we just love everything Star Wars? It's all great. Touch me, please.
Bella Downsy fingered Dora the Explorer on HBO.
Oh my God, you're not gonna let me tell the story of cutting my penis off?
I'm surprised Jurassic Park didn't eat more out of Lilo's pie.
Fuck. I use it. It's great. It's great. It's fantastic. You have to understand the glory of a good back scratcher. I don't know. I didn't know what I was missing all these years. It's fantastic. I'm tired of hurting my left arm to try and reach around. Box office.
You're doing it to yourself. I am not responsible for the degeneracy of this stream.
I want to
tickle that itch.
Tickle that itch. That makes the itch worse, though.
Wait, what? Tickle that itch?
You guys not heard that phrase before? That's a real phrase.
Tickle
I swear.
that itch?
Yes.
Okay, I'm writing this one down.
Write that down. Tickle that itch.
It's not just scratching it. You're tantalizing it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay.
You heard that, fat boy? We got to tickle our itches now.
Yeah. Tickle that Star Wars itch by doing this other franchise.
I always said scratch that itch.
Scratch that itch. Yeah.
Get that satisfaction of yeah.
You hear that, fat boy?
Tickle that itch.
Tickle that itch. He's laughing.
Damn, getting kinky on us.
Tickle that itch, fat boy.
You've been he's been back on Ballbusters. It's effective.
Oh yeah, he's been getting corrupted.
The degeneracy is here. I'm still jerking off in front of my console.
This is Harlem, baby, and we doing nothing but blackity blackities. I'm like, listen, sir, can we just have a superhero show? The cops are on my back, Luke. You gotta get these blue folks up off me, dog. I'm like, bruh, how much more of this I gotta watch? Golly.
Oh man. We're gonna leave it right there.
But we're gonna put the dog. We're gonna put Crypto in. Is he gonna be a yellow lab? Is he gonna be an American bulldog like he is in the comics? No. What are we gonna do? We're gonna have James Gunn's fucking retarded, ugly ass dog as Crypto because that's my dog. Batman, Brave and the Bold. We're just gonna jump to Damian Wayne because why? Because that's James Gunn's favorite Robin, so that's what we're gonna do. We just had an old Batman, an older, almost retired Batman. Everyone's complaining we need a fresh start on Batman. What's James Gunn doing? Damian Wayne. Where in the timeline is Damian Wayne? He's at the very fucking end. You're going to skip over Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, the death of Jason Todd, Red Hood, Tim Drake. You're going to skip over Oracle. You're going to skip over Barbara Gordon getting fucking paralyzed by the Joker. We're going straight to Damian Wayne. Are we fucking insane?
But it was a space battle. It's a visually impressive object all over it.
They already greenlit you to do whatever you want. They've already backed up the Brinks truck and got gold bars and naked hoes. What do we care?
Yeah, you're here to bang women.
I do not know if I am a girl anymore. I think I'm a they, them. What are you talking about?
Game over, man. It's game over.
I spent money on this book. Money. I sat there
hard-earned pimping money.
Oh, yeah. Oh, them hoes had to walk the corners for many hours in order for me to acquire this book.
I've been told by lore people for this stuff for House of the Dragon for the books. Yeah, Rhaenyra, she was into dining at the Clam Slam. She was into that.
Clam Slam.
She slammed clams. She dined at the oyster bar. She was all into that.
I'd
work with Haley Atwell every day.
But
with two hands even.
Before you go, one question.
Yes?
Where in the galaxy is Sanusi?
Show us your tits and I'll tell you.
I want to see movies!
and these tool bags wouldn't know quality if it walked up and motorboated them. Because, you're going to motorboat quality.
Wait, what?
Quality boobs. You want to motorboat quality boobs.
There we go. All better now. Man, titties are the greatest things on earth.
In another reality, I'm that ripped.
Sure.
I could do it. I could have done it, maybe. I've had such retarded luck whenever I really try to get in shape my entire life. It's just dumb shit always happens. I either hurt myself, unrelated to gym, or life just throws me the worst goddamn curveballs. Anyway, howdy, y'all. Welcome to the round table, where we get weird, we get funny, we get amusing, and we hope to entertain you. And where I'm taking a break from fucking up the Delta Quadrant to bring you a show today. So we hope everybody's doing all right on this Sunday afternoon, February 22nd, where it's cold and raining outside, and it might snow a little bit tonight, but not too bad. I think that's going to be the last gasp of it all. I really hope it's done. I'm tired of this cold weather. I just don't want to deal with it anymore. It's annoying. It's annoying. And look at you, and you're a nice humid. Well, it's also humid here, but you're non-snowy humid in Florida. That's your transition.
That's my transition. Well, yes, it is relatively shiny here right now. It was raining this morning, but yes, I'm alive. The sun is shining. Today's a great day, and I think we have a great show for you guys today. Some great topics, and there are some great topics that we're not going to even get a chance to get around to, like the rumors of a rebooted Doctor Who. Straight up actually rebooted this time. Started back season 1, first Doctor, total film, messing up the Disney Star Wars timeline. I find that hilarious in a very obvious way. Artemis getting confirmed and then canceled in the same day. A lot of fun stuff with that, but we got some truly great stuff for you guys today.
Yeah, we do. And I would, if it wasn't rumor, I'd say let's dig into the Doctor Who thing, but it's pure rumor.
It's too unsubstantiated at this point.
Yeah, I mean, if it ever gets, first of all, where would they get the money? Where would they get the money to even do that? And
if they reboot it, they could change the rules and make it more grounded and cheaper to make. They could do what they did in the Doctor Who movies in the 60s with Peter Cushing and make the Doctor a human with a family who invents the TARDIS in the 60s. Yeah, those movies aren't so great. But I was wondering if I could ask you three a quick warm-up question. Very, very quick one.
Yeah.
Do you think it's acceptable for modern media to reference other media? For example, a new film makes a reference to Predator. An alien film is like, hey, Predator is the thing. Just quick character-related references. Or has that become too tired to be acceptable?
Listen, I don't like it when the real world appears in my fake worlds. I don't really like that because it leaves the door open to behave stupidly. I mean,
how so?
Well, you could walk into real world politics and something that should have nothing to do with real world politics. But perfect example, Supernatural. In the final season, 1 minute there's a fake president, next minute Trump is president, and they went crazy. So I mean, that it's not the same vein, but it always.
Yeah, I think those are a lot different than referencing a topical movie or quoting Shakespeare in Undiscovered Country. I mean something like that, where it's just a quick reference. Not bringing a real person or anything like that.
That's where my brain goes. Well, you could quote Shakespeare. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, but I don't want to hear about. I don't want to hear about modern anything in my Star Trek. I don't.
Of course.
No, yeah.
It has to make sense, of course, is the fundamental rule. But there's an argument going on Twitter where culture doesn't exist in stories.
What?
These people believe that you should not reference any other form of media. So, like Project Hail Mary, in the book, he references Predator. They talk about him being the first human to kill an alien, and so they talk about, like Arnold, and then there's a debate about that. That's contextual.
It's a joke. It seems like more of a jokey thing. All right. For humor, I see nothing wrong with it for humor purposes. Not at all. Yeah.
I've been fighting people on Twitter about that.
Yeah, I have tried to ratchet down how my Twitter stuff just because it's become exhausting. Because what's the point? Blocking doesn't even work like it used to anymore. My whole goal was to get blocked so I didn't have to see them, and blocking doesn't work like anymore. So I've kind of lost it. And there's something we'll talk about a little bit later. Those who are broken, who think the terrible shit is good, they become increasingly aggressive.
Oh yeah,
they're really angry and nuts right now. But Dre, are you nuts? Are you angry? How you doing?
Well, I'm in my Ferengi mode. I'm all about profits right now. I'm all about profits.
I like that mode.
That's where I'm at today. I'm good. It's good. Good to be here with everybody. Good to see everybody. Good people in the chat. It's been a very crazy week. But I'm here. And to touch on Jed's question, I just want to make sure that hopefully I was understanding it right. Just about the referencing of other media in media. I think that's where the question was. My brain was still trying to put it all together. I think it's fine. I don't really have an issue with fantasy having other aspects of fantasy in it, like simple references. Like, let's just take something really, like low-hanging fruit, like Predator 2 with the xenomorph in the back, whatever case. Like, I think it's fine. I think it actually helps grow a lot of stuff. I think
Jocks would put it best here. Farscape did it best with Crichton's constant pop culture references, because up until a point, it is our same world, and but also it's funny because it's his coping mechanism.
Yeah,
with what's going on.
Because he's fish out of water. Yeah, he's a fish out of water character. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Farscape is great.
Dre, I got one question for you though.
All right.
I didn't know you were a superhero, Captain Durag.
I am. Oh, Disney. Oh, should I sue? Should I be suing Disney?
I don't know. I mean, we're not really going to talk about this. This story has already come and gone since the beginning of the week, but this Jamaican something woman came up with this on this Disney Kids Junior show about a little girl, and this guy, his all his powers come from his do-rag, and he's a trash man, and he fights toxic trash. I don't know.
Yeah. I think
that sounds way more racist than anything.
The backlash was insane.
Yeah, like the backlash has been really, really crazy. Like I got word of it. I got like a few weeks. I mean, not a few weeks, a bunch of days ago, maybe a week now. When I first heard about this, I'm like, Captain Durag. I'm like, and first thing I said, should I sue? Like, I feel like I should sue. That's kind of my image. They kind of stole it from me. But the idea of like he's a trash man and all, okay. Part of the outrage is legitimate because it is pretty racist, like straight up and down. But there's also part of it where I'm like, yo, let's have fun with it. Let's laugh at this. Let's have ourselves a good time.
I think the whole thing is convoluted and nuts.
The black community is pissing me off about this thing. They're pissing me off. And like, oh, they're setting us back. Like we all don't wear do-rags. I just stop playing games. Like we might have been hiding this from the Anglo-Saxons for quite some time, but the secret's out. Okay, black people wear do-rags. That's been established. That the 90s made it popular. So let's stop. Yeah. Let's stop the madness.
Like, mine's coming in the mail.
Yeah. That's right. I would like to see Jay with a do-rag on. I would like to see that.
Somewhere Jed triggered it and it'll just happen, it'll appear. And
that'd be great.
I'm still waiting for my R pass to show up. I still have my A pass, but I need my R pass.
Oh yeah, now we're getting somewhere. Okay. Now we're getting to the nitty-gritty. But yeah, this joint was absolutely ridiculous. But
I thought it was so stupid.
Yeah, stupid. But they owe me money. Oh, Disney.
I know. If I saw this, I saw this. Whoever sent it to me, I don't know if it was it you, Jed, or was it Dermy that sent it to me? Somebody sent it to me.
It wasn't me. I hadn't seen this before.
Oh, you hadn't? Okay, so I think it must have been Dermy. It was Dermy. Yeah, it was Dermy. And my first thought was, damn, that's Dre.
It is.
I thought it was, I have to show this to Dre next week.
It's 100% me. It's 100% me.
I know.
I've been stolen. Clearly, stolen.
You're being blaxploited.
I really am, and not even getting my 70s nickels to the dollar.
I know you're
straight
being
up robbed.
blaxploited.
Sweet Lord.
Anyway, so I first thing I thought is that is nice little fun thing we could start Sunday with. It'll be great. Hello, Dragon Lady. How are you?
A lot better than I was last week. I don't know where that came from. I thought I was well enough, and then an hour later, obviously that was not the case. But back to normal now, as far as I'm aware.
Well, the sick goes around. And howdy to the chat, you guys. I hope you're doing all right. Hail to the mods, Legatus, Algram, and Ruben X doing the stuff. Hello to Son of Joxer Hazal, my friend. Ariel's here to cause me trouble, as always. That's what she does. And hail Dash. And hey, Brad. We'll see Brad later tonight when I do some wormhole watching. And anybody else is watching, not chatting, we're happy to have you all here with us on this day. Hit those like buttons, sit back, relax, and let's move on with the show. Okay, so I've cobbled together a show for today. We're going to talk. We're not going to go over the Mandalorian Grogu trailer. We are not doing that. That has been done multiple times this week. It's already passed, but we will reference it in our discussion of what I look at now as the complete dysfunction of Disney Star Wars, along with the total propaganda, because the curtain has been pulled aside. Tony Gilroy shot his mouth off recently and more this week on an interview with Hollywood Reporter that says what I said a year ago with Andor. It was political propaganda. No, it's not. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And it shows that everybody who worships this show is part of the indoctrination process. So we're going to look at that, talk a little bit about that. At the same time, we've got some good gaming discussion to go over. One, I do want to praise, when we get to the gaming segment, I want to praise my thorough enjoyment of Voyager Across the Unknown on how to do Star Trek right, especially in a game format, and really put the freedom in the gamer's hands. I'm having a great time with it. We'll talk about that just a little bit. I'll just get us warmed up. And that was but then, I know Jed is anxious for this one. Yves Guillemot, CEO and president of Ubisoft, gave an exclusive interview with Variety this week, where he said a bunch of dumb shit in the midst of firing more people. And then I found out, courtesy of Dermy, that somebody sent in a bomb threat to Ubisoft this week. And somebody
they fired so many people, I doubt anyone noticed.
And one person that got fired or was involved with the process of all that stuff, who had been complaining on X, immediately said, "It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I did not send this bomb threat in." So Ubisoft meltdown. At the same time, I want to have a brief discussion over, connected to, it's a lead into that, how Ubisoft, the example of losing in touch with what your customers want, but I will still say the Japanese game devs know about it. And I have a good little example that I have personal experience with, and it's a good walk into that. So anyway, let's get started. Oh, and Jed has a good Sony article that we're going to look at too, that I don't like. And I think after looking at it, at the moment, I don't think it's going to happen due to the tech issues going on with all the AI stuff sucking up all the everything going on. But we'll get to that. So we got a lot of little things to dance around here today, and we hope you guys are going to enjoy it. Okay. Disney Star Wars. Let's get right into that. I have no other preamble. Disney Star Wars. So beginning of the week, we got the official second Mandalorian and Grogu trailer. But before we get that, because we're talking Mandalorian and Grogu, I need to inform you guys, we are also now, what is it, Jed? 3 months? 3 months.
Almost,
exactly.
yeah.
3 months. We are 3 months away from what has been called, since last April-ish, May, in the kind of beginning of last May, my Day of Doom. We may have some new people here. What is the Day of Doom? Well, this Memorial Day, Monday, May 25th, real Star Wars Day, by the way, which is the whole reason this came about. I will be in Orlando, Florida. Take a small little trip over the weekend into the week, where myself, Jed, and a few others, we will be gathering at Disney World Hollywood Studios, where we will venture into Galaxy's Edge, where for a day, as long as I'm on camera, as long as we're streaming, I will have to behave like a good, brainwashed, indoctrinated Disney Star Wars stan. And if I break character, we have to come up with punishment if I crack. We haven't come up with that, have we?
No, I don't think we've come up with anything.
We're gonna have to come up with punishments if I crack. And I don't mean just laughing if I laugh at myself. I mean if I say that's it, I've had enough, I can't do this anymore, if I reach my limit. So for as long as I'm on camera, whenever I'm on camera, I will have to behave like a stan. Now that involves having my face painted, which the chat will vote on the week before. Hey, that was Jed's idea, not mine.
They paid for it.
They paid for it, though.
They paid.
It also will involve me walking around, as I said, behaving like an idiot. We will be going to build a lightsaber, where the chat will choose how it's constructed. We'll also be building a droid. And both these pieces of shit I'll never be able to destroy. They have to remain. And when I have a new studio and a new background, they have to be on display. I can't hide them. You have to be there. I have to find a Kylo Ren and Rey actors on there, if they're still there, if they haven't been replaced by then, which at this point they're not going to be replaced in world, only in land. I have to go up and tell them how much I love them and how much I think Raylo is awesome. And I think that's all the public displays of humiliation so far, right, Jed? That's all of them?
Yeah, that sounds right. I mean, there's the Dermy one. Did you mention the Dermy one?
Dermy's not going to be there. So Dermy's not going to be there. So,
that's going to have to be made up at another time.
That's going to be punted to another meetup gathering situation where Dermy and I have to hold hands for 30 minutes on camera.
Or the chat could choose to make it somebody else, like if Cloud shows up.
Cloud will never leave his home. That umbilical cord is too tight. Anyway, no. It's me. They paid for me and Dermy. They paid. Okay. It's 30 minutes and no other gay shit though. There is the line. There's no gay shit. Just holding hands. I mean, he's gonna say tons of gay shit while we're doing that, and I'm just gonna now because it's not Day of Doom anymore. I don't have to stand there and take it unless we add tiers, or I have to stand there and take it. But we'll worry about that. But that's the physical mission. There are some other stuff too. I have to write a fanfic as a good stand, which I have completed in my head. I'll be working on that very soon. It will be done, and then I hand it over to Jed, and he does whatever the hell he wants with it.
I'm gonna do some things with it.
Oh Lord!
And then, of course, the other half of the Day of Doom is we're going on that day to a Disney theater. So we're walking into the Lion's Den to go watch The Mandalorian and Grogu in the wild. And during that, I have to have the baby Yoda sitting in my lap. There will be video evidence of that while we're watching the movie. He's going to watch it with me. And then I have to write my fake review being positive about it, which is the thing I'm most afraid of about this whole thing. That's the thing I'm most afraid of, is putting out that fake review.
People knowing you will see it as sarcasm.
I know, but it frightens me. And
you
then
gotta do the thumbnail too, where it's a picture of you going like.
You mean the thing that I hate putting my face on thumbnails? Yep. The thing I hate doing that. Yeah.
You got to go the full stand route for that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the whole mouth open wide crap. Yeah, sure.
Yep. 100%.
And then I get to do my real review, and that is just about everything that was paid for with the Day of Doom. But I've been thinking, I don't think the humiliation goes far enough.
What?
It doesn't go far enough. So, I think people ran out of steam at the time, and we ran out of ideas too. So we're going to add another tier, another Day of Doom torture tier starting today. We've only got we've got 3 things on it right now. And between Jed and the chat, I'm sure they'll come up with more ideas because that's how it ballooned last time. So starting today and running through the month of March. On every stream, all tips and super chats and donations, whether it be memberships, donations go for that as well, will go towards this. Are you guys ready for the new torture tier? Okay.
No.
Day of Doom torture tier at the first $100, I have to now carry the Baby Yoda all day through the park. Brad already has it. He has shown it to me. We have one. Brad has one. He's going to bring it with him. At $200, I carry a little bastard in a harness. He'll sit there.
Now, this is my question. Is it more embarrassing to do the papoose or to have an actual stroller for it?
Oh my Christ.
I think the papoose is more embarrassing. The stroller.
Okay. Whichever one is agreed upon as being worse.
The stroller, you can't see him in the stroller with me. If he's sitting there, he's on camera with me the whole time. So $200.
Stroke him.
Okay. No. All right.
I was talking about the top of his head. You know,
We're
you
gonna
just pet his head.
Okay. We have to add that. Okay. All right. So we're gonna slide that one right in here between these. Hang on a second. We're gonna slide that in there then.
Dre doesn't want to be friends anymore.
I can't be a part of this. I can't be a part of this.
$300.
Are you not coming down, Dre? You don't want to come down and enjoy
it? I cannot be on camera bearing witness to that foolishness. People know who I am. I can't do this. They're like, Dre, weren't you with those crazy white boys that were carrying Baby Yoda?
Them
I'm like,
nah, crazy,
bro.
man.
That was another black guy with a do-rag. I can't help you. Because apparently
it was Captain Do-Rag.
Captain Do-Rag, that was him. He impersonated me.
Okay. All right. So we just added one in between the other ones. At $300, I will talk to Baby Yoda.
Oh,
I will start talking to him while we're walking. And that will involve, being nice to him. See, this isn't my toy, so I can't destroy it. It's not mine. It's Brad's. It's his from his home, his collection. So I can't do that. And then at $400, because you can see what these are all revolving around. Because it's Mandalorian Grogu Day, these are all Baby Yoda themed things. That's kind of the theme here. At $400, I must give a very loud and vocal speech praising Baby Yoda as the future of the Jedi and Mandalorians.
I think you need to give that speech to Rey and talk about why isn't Baby Yoda here? Why do we have you here? I want the baby.
All right. Well, all right. That's $500.
That came out wrong, I think.
That's $500. For $500, I give the speech to Rey. To if we can, when I find the Rey actor, I give the speech to Rey.
Hold on. Back. Hold on.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're gonna find the poor, unfortunate broad that gotta wear that outfit.
Yeah. Well, I already have to.
And
I already have to tell her how much I love Raylo. I have to already do that.
You know, it would be so good if she is so just deeply depressed while she's wearing that joint, and then you come over here with that.
I push her over the edge.
Yeah, that would be.
You
would have to. Yeah, she'll break and she'll go absolutely stone crazy.
That would go viral.
That would be worth it. She was like, you know what? They're paying me 37 cents. I'm out of here. I'm burning this mother to the ground. That's great. That's great. Find that girl. I want to see the pain in her eyes.
Oh no. We're gonna have to find one. So that's where we are now. So we got $500 worth of levels here, and for the next month, all donations, all super chats, tips, and memberships go towards this every time across all streams. There it is, the Day of Doom torture tier, Baby Yoda Grogu theme. All right. With that being said,
well, there's something in the private chat for you as part of this conversation. I didn't want to say it out loud just in case you want to veto it without the chat knowing about it.
Oh no.
You need a good punishment.
Oh, that was punishment. Oh, it's punishment.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So if you crack, you do that.
Okay, we reveal that towards the end. That punishments are revealed week of.
Okay.
Week of.
Yeah,
is that a good punishment, though?
I kind of like that.
Yeah, that's a good punishment.
So as long as you don't break, you
know why.
Have to do
you
it.
know why it's a good punishment.
That's why I didn't say it on stream, because I know why.
Yeah, you know why it's a good punishment.
That's pretty good. Wow.
Yeah, that's a punishment.
Right, you better not break. Jesus Christ, man.
Hey, all right, okay. I didn't break for a month when I had to be nice to Dermy on stream. All right, I didn't break for a month, and I was there for 2-3 hours at a pop on multiple streams.
You only broke with me.
I mean, I think that's fine
because I couldn't be mean to you. It wasn't right.
But Adam, now you're talking about being a public spectacle and supporting the sequel trilogy and all of its affiliates and looking like
another
furry
punishment.
moron. That's wild.
Another punishment is making a video about how the sequels fix the original 6 movies, like that lady I was telling you about who says that Last Jedi fixed Return of the Jedi. It didn't make sense that Leia killed Jabba.
That would be punishment level 2 if I do it again.
That's
all right. All right. Point is this. Dre, I like money.
Profits.
I like money. And right now,
who does?
Right now, this is the grift. All right.
I understand.
This is the grift.
I understand.
We can get to a point where I don't need to do the grift, but right now, I need to do the grift.
The laws of acquisitions. Let's do it.
Yes. So there it is. Evil of the atom. We're going back to the atom thing. Jeez. Anyway, all right. So that is where we are with me and Disney Star Wars and my soon-to-be punishment, my day of doom. Anyway, but now on to the real thing. At the beginning of the week, we got the trailer for Mandalorian Grogu. Let me ask you guys this. Do you think dropping that trailer without any warning, so to speak, do you think that was a response to that stupid Super Bowl ad?
Oh man,
100%. It felt reactionary. It was the most generic of all trailers. It was 100% designed with tell an AI bot to write a 2020 style film trailer. And that's what it was. And so, yes, it wasn't as egregiously stupid as the other Mandalorian trailers, but that doesn't mean it was a good trailer. People were acting like it was good, but it was so generic that I fully believe it was a response. Just make this trailer, have a 30-second cut, play that at the Super Bowls, put the full one online, just like Project Hail Mary did, and they're fine. But the fact that they, waited a week or two to put this one out, I fully believe it's reactionary.
I agree. Because why didn't you put this out on the Super Bowl? Because it would have been, we would have all still made fun of it, but it wouldn't have been the massive negative backlash.
That Super Bowl ad may have been the worst ad of the entire night, which is saying something.
There were numbers for it that it was one of the worst all night.
Yeah,
it was one of the worst. Reacted
really bad. That junk was hard to watch. That was tough.
But it's fans' fault. It's the audience's fault. It's not a bad ad. It's the audience's fault.
Because we're rage mongers. We're rage baiters.
Well, it's just like Starfleet Academy. Even if you don't like it, you're not allowed to say anything because it might negatively impact the franchise to have a publicly negative opinion about something.
Well, it definitely, I agree. It was totally reactionary. And here's the thing. We all made fun of it hardcore. I mean, some people said, oh, it's so great. And no, this thing, I broke it down. I've seen everybody else break it down. We've been over it. That's why we're not going to rehash it right now. Because I'm not going to waste your time. We don't want to waste our time. But it was dumb. It was dumb, filled with very poor one-liners, shitty-looking effects. I mean, you guys know this old trope. You have something that's a series on television, and it gets some sort of movie version. The movie versions always look better.
Yep.
This looks like dog shit.
Yeah, that don't look really bad.
It looks like dog shit.
Yeah, because you can put more money into it. These shows were already costing $200 million a
season.
Show! Crap.
Here's the thing. Yeah. If the rumors are to be believed, what they say, the show costs more than the movie. The movie budget, their claim is $166 million. Which I don't buy. I don't buy at all.
You say that the movie's budget is $166 million?
They say this movie's budget is $166 million.
Yeah, I don't think
they
that's
want
true.
us to believe that.
Yeah, I don't think
even though the episodes of the show were only 30 minutes apiece, and each season was practically the length of a movie as a result.
and
Yeah, I don't
over
believe them.
$200 million each one, over 200 million. So I don't believe that, but we'll have to play their stupid games when it comes to the box office, and the marketing is now going to ramp up. They have to.
So
marketing,
what are we thinking? 450 break even, as they're going by their their.
If you
budget.
add the minimum $50 to $100 million of marketing, that means it's total 250, 2.5. 250, 450, 500, probably looking at it.
Using
remember,
their numbers, but it's most likely higher.
Always higher. But here's the thing: I'm not changing my prediction. Everybody else is kind of shifting theirs, but we know I've been pretty steadfast. This thing, its ceiling is 450. That's its ceiling. Because
I don't have an argument against that at all. There's absolutely no buzz about this film, except that it looks
it's roasting
like trash. Yeah, I don't.
Now, if this movie had come out in 2020 or 2021, there would have been buzz for it.
Sure.
That's before the curtain got pulled back. That's before the curtain revealed that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau were full of shit. Well, I always knew Dave Filoni was full of shit, but this
I'm just disappointed in John because he's made some great stuff.
He's moonwalking out of there now.
Favreau's a merc now. He just shows up for the money.
Yeah,
and he did that. He did the Super Bowl commercial. He directed that catastrophe.
That's not great.
He's just a mercenary. He doesn't give shit.
And look, and that's I think that's a big problem.
Yeah.
I mean, like when it comes to projects that need passion, Star Wars, of course, being one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, man. Like, nobody likes mercenary action more than I do. But come on, man, we gotta have a limit somewhere.
Yeah,
it's
so. This happened, and for about 48 hours, ripped it apart. This thing had in the end 10 million views in 5 days. It had 10 million views. That's not good. That's not good.
For Star Wars.
And this
arguably
is
it should be the biggest IP in the world.
Yeah. Now it didn't get ratioed, but still only 129,000 upvotes for 10 million views. This is apathy. And there was a little buzz by the stands. A few of them are running with the idea, the anti-Disney chuds, they're quiet now after this trailer. Yeah, because we got it out of our system within 48 hours. And we moved on with our weeks. Some of us had to cover Star Trek. We couldn't spend all our time covering Disney Star Wars. Had to spread the wealth. But this happened. And within it also came the gushing from the stands. It's so great. Don't you understand? This is so beautiful with a certain part of the stand base. And now that's where I'm going to go into the real discussion of this. We have remarked many a time over the dysfunction of Disney Star Wars and the stand base. There are 3 categories of Disney Star Wars stands. There's the Filoni crowd. There's now the Tony Gilroy crowd, and the ones in the middle who say, can't we love everything? The fence riders. Mirroring, for lack of a better term, the old school days. OT only, PT, NOT, and EU who says, hey, it's all good. It's all good. Problem is this, and Dre, you can corroborate this on me. These people have no passion for this crap. It's all connected to their ideological personality demented views, as opposed to back in the day when we were being actual hardcore Star Wars nerds.
Absolutely.
It was all about the show.
100%.
And not anything else.
Absolutely. Because as they use the term eating so good or whatever, but back then we really were eating good because that's what kept the franchise alive. And that's what kept it popular all the way until, quite frankly, tell the truth, Stream Devil made it popular enough for Disney to actually pay attention and buy it. So, but these people, they're just using this as their ideologue pathways to tell you how to do what you want with your holes and whatever the case may be, and vote a certain way or what have you. But at this point, I think the fun factor has been drained out so much and so badly that even if this film is good, which I guarantee it ain't, but let's just play, even if this film is good, no one's going to see it. No one's going to care. Word of mouth isn't going to spread. The Mandalorian, I'm just going to call the Mandalorian franchise. I think at this point, I'm just going to separate. Yeah,
Mandoverse.
I think I'll just separate them from whatever other Star Wars categories there are. It lost all its good faith after the Book of Boba Fett killed it, and then Mandalorian season 3 literally just straight up buried it in its sleep, and there's nothing left. There's no lemon worth of squeeze here, and I don't know how this is supposed to be. See, and that's the thing. Like, I'm not even at the point where I even care whether this thing where they're supposed to be interconnecting it. It's over. And based on the trailer, like this was an opportunity, and I use that term very loosely, to try to get my pants around my ankles, and they didn't even try. They didn't even try to seduce me. Not even one iota. You gave me nothing in that trailer. Show a lightsaber flash or something. You do something. You didn't do anything. You're like, hey, do you want ridiculous garbage? No. Oh, well, we're going to give you a trailer full of ridiculous garbage. Well, what's the plot? Ridiculous.
We don't know the plot.
Dre, there is key jangling in it, Dre. You telling me that you didn't get all tingly when you saw that the Razor Crest was coming back?
Oh, yeah. Where's that junk come back from? I was under the impression he was still using the Naboo fighter.
He just bought a new one.
He literally just bought a new one. It's the same model as his old ship.
It's just so ridiculous. I mean, like, stick your own freaking continuity. Pay attention to your own stuff that you're writing. These people suck. Everything about this joint is an embarrassment, and it's real sad because I like the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian. I really enjoy them.
Yeah.
Do I think the first season is actually story based? Sure. Is season 2 just straight up nostalgia bumps? Yes, it is. 100% nostalgia cocaine. I like nostalgia cocaine, so it was fine. Season 3, my God, you want to talk about driving your car off a cliff? G. Willikers Batman, like, it was just a disaster, and there's no steam left in this. The ladies have left. Okay, they bought up all the dolls. They bought up all the Baby Yoda Grogu dolls.
Wait a minute.
Cuteness is a temporary.
But I thought Disney Star Wars makes $1 billion a year in Star Wars merch. And this little bastard's the #1 seller all the time.
Yeah, they make $1 billion and it cost them $5 billion to make them. All right. Every time this little Joker shows up on screen, Disney loses money.
Yeah, listen. This was a novelty. It was a pure novelty thing. It
100%.
surprised everybody, and it was the surprise factor. And like you said, the girls were the ones who liked this. Men universally, unless you catch, men don't like this thing.
That's true.
Unless you catch.
See, the only thing that was interesting, and I'm using the term very loosely, interesting about the Grogu character was that we're actually gonna, figure out the origins of Yoda's species.
But we're not supposed to.
But
they haven't given a shit about it.
And see, but Adam, that's my point. It's like, hey, we're actually going to understand and learn about his species. That is what was trying to seduce me as a Star Wars nerd. I'm like, oh man, we're finally going to learn something. We learn nothing. They don't even talk about it. At no point is even discussed of what his race actually is. Like, oh, he's of the Jedi. No, that's a creed, you morons. What is his race? His race.
No one knows. Racist.
In the defense of that, George is the only person that knows, and he's never going to tell anybody.
And Adam, and I'm fine with that.
So am I.
But don't tease it.
That's what I'm saying. Don't seduce me like that.
I get it. I get it.
Because the whole first season of The Mandalorian was, find his people. I'm like, okay.
Jedi.
But then you bring me Creed. I'm like, no. Where's the rest of the green alien Yoda people? Where are they? So you gave me something that was actually interesting. Dragon Lady came and helped herself. You gave me something that was actually interesting, and you didn't do anything with it. That's ridiculous. And then the second season, you just literally punted the football and just said, hey, nostalgia bumps. And guess what? I snorted that cocaine 110%, all the way up to my brain hole. But now I'm like, okay, we had a nice little story in the first season. We had nothing but nostalgia in the second. Can we get back to getting things going after you already sabotaged the uniting of him and Luke Skywalker? You ruined it. What are you going to do? Okay, let's get back to figuring out who his people are. Nope. Let's talk about Bo-Katan.
Dre,
who nobody cares about.
Lady Bo-Katan, get it right.
Jesus
So respect.
Christ. Look, and I love me some Katie Sackhoff. I've done unspeakable things to myself to Katie Sackhoff, okay? I didn't care. Not one bit. At all. My interest is dead. There's nothing left.
All right, but there it is. Your interest is dead. And this past week has proven there is no enthusiasm for this. And here's how. Jed, you know that for the past few days, I've been restraining myself, waiting into.
You've been trying, yeah.
Yeah,
distracting yourself with Voyager.
Well, hell, it's been a welcome distraction, frankly. But I have been restraining myself from Twitterizing myself and getting involved in the bullshit because I really have come to the point that there is no point. These idiots, they want the attention. They want this. And more than anybody, Disney Star Wars stans love to basically prostitute themselves all over X.
Well, they don't understand why anybody else doesn't care to the degree that they do. That's why it's so important what Dre said, is that he doesn't care. These Star Wars stans who over the past week are like, oh, those rage grifters have been real silent about this new amazing trailer. And what Disney doesn't understand releasing this movie is apathy for Star Wars is at an all-time high. And the feeling is nobody cares. For me personally, I've said it before and I'll say it again. This movie could have the Mandalorian take off his pants and literally give birth to Baby Yoda in the past, and I wouldn't care any more than I do now. And I think that's a pretty standard feeling.
And there, Jed, that's the point. And it ropes into the dysfunction bridge. These people believe that Disney Star Wars can be saved by the hunt for Ben Solo. They think that
still trying.
Oh, that is still going. They think now Dave Filoni is going to go to Josh tomorrow and they're going to work it out. And because they actually think that the Hunt for Ben Solo is $1 billion movie waiting to happen. They believe this. This is the dysfunction I'm talking about. But that's kind of all of it's the Raylos and the Filoni crowd. But on the other side of that, we have the Tony Gilroys.
That is so
and you guys said it a moment ago that you can make something really good, and if nobody watches it, who cares?
Yep.
Now, really good can be subjective, and what I'm about to say
and depend on the franchise.
Yeah, but
what's good for one franchise isn't good for another.
A lot of people claimed that Andor was good. Newsflash, it wasn't. It was Tony Gilroy is not that creative, and he's a political hack. And last year, you can go back, we have the receipts, watch the streams, watch the videos. I said that repeatedly, that Andor, while it was airing, was nothing but political propaganda. And it was based upon the reaction of the people who are the stands who love it, who think it's the great thing. And they literally think that Andor is the best story. They today I saw several posts that they consider Andor peak Star Wars. Frank, you know, you guys don't hate the term peak. I hate that term so much. But they say it's peak Star Wars. Never got better. And you say that, and I say you're not a Star Wars fan. Because
it might be the best thing Disney's ever done, but the original trilogy
you could make that
argument far apart. Yeah, you could absolutely
make that argument. But here's the thing. Andor was not written to be Star Wars. I said that about season 1, and I'll say it again about season 2. You take out the Star Wars aspects of it, and it still works as mediocre science fiction with unimportant, uninteresting characters.
Tony Gilroy confessed to that years ago, that he wasn't trying to make Star Wars, but he also said that he wasn't making it political. But things have changed.
Well, actually, he did make it political. The past few weeks,
he lied.
He was told by Disney. He was told by Disney not to use the word fascism at all. In it, but he wrote it, believing that we live in a fascistic world. We'll read a little bit of this. Of course, Hollywood Reporter coats it in the Minnesota stuff. Have reignited the discourse about the uncanny prescience of Tony Gilroy's Andor. The well-documented killing of blah, 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 fuck around and find out assholes. And much like these assholes, Gorman victims were immediately mischaracterized by Imperial mouthpieces as domestic terrorists and insurrectionists. I could see that's the reaction I have. Your brain literally stops for a second. And
they fit the actual definition. Even in the show, from what I understand, they attacked the Empire first. I haven't seen it, so I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure they attacked the Empire first.
But here's the thing. This Andor is literally political propaganda.
Sure.
Coated in a thin layer of Star Wars, because it is Star Wars. And it's made to appeal to those who ideologically align with thinking that at this moment in time, and I dare you to go look outside your window and find the evidence, take a walk, find the evidence, that we are living in a dystopian America right now, that stormtroopers are marching down the sidewalks, kidnapping our family and friends, and that we have no rights and we can't see anything, despite the fact that every single person shooting their mouth off on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, if we were living in a Gestapo nation, they'd be disappeared.
Yes.
And you all don't get it, Adam. It's always been about that. That's why stormtroopers are white. George Lucas wanted to make a metaphor for race wars.
No. But then Tony Gilroy opened his mouth this week. You get out your talking about making Andor. You get out your Fascism for Dummies book for the 15 things you do. Well, you don't need the book because you are a commie Marxist, so you know exactly what you're doing. And we tried to include as many of them as we could in those artful way possible. Jed, he just said it. He made Andor to be a political propaganda piece to push the agenda that Orange Man bad, essentially.
And not just in little ways. It's not like he found, oh, this might be a good metaphor in this scene. He straight up said there, they try to get everything off that list on there. That means it was a top priority.
Writer's Room had a dry erase board with these written on it. Guarantee it.
It just is so much worse since he lied about this a year ago and said it wasn't about fascism, it wasn't a metaphor for anything, and now he's saying we said this whole time.
Yeah. These guys, they're all liars. They're all liars.
I have a better question.
Okay, go ahead.
Do these people know what fascism is?
No, they don't.
They don't know history.
Yeah, I don't think they do. I don't think they understand.
Well, these people don't realize that Israel was founded in 1940, and they're all pro-Palestine because they thought Andor was a metaphor for Palestine versus Israel as well.
How would that?
They're constantly getting wrong when Israel was founded. Like with Indiana Jones, they're like, "Oh, Steven Spielberg must be pro-Palestine and anti-Israel because in Indiana Jones they show the map of the world and there's no Israel on it. It just says Palestine in 1933."
We're living in dark times, man. Let me be clear. I don't understand where these people get these words from. I know for sure they don't know what fascism is. I know for sure they don't know what fascism is. 100%. They don't know what it is. But how are they equating that modern day US of A is fascist is beyond my understanding.
Because they're told to. It's that simple. They don't actually have evidence or thing. They're told to. There is an entire array of media that is telling them these horrible things are happening, but they don't actually show evidence. I mean, listen.
But Adam, if we were in a fascist country, the media wouldn't say it. You see what I'm saying?
I don't know, North Korea, where they can't say anything wrong about their leader.
The fact that the media can get out and say, we live in a fascist, literally by every measurable, conceivable metric, means that you don't live in a fascist country.
Yeah.
Am I retarded?
No, you're just tired and exhausted. Just like
I'm just saying, like I'm getting real tired of people saying words that they don't know the meaning of. And yes, I know on whatever news platform, everything is fascism, Orange Man bad, who ice this and whatever. Yo, if you literally lived in a fascist country, totalitarianistic government, you would be drug away and put a black bag on your head, and you would never be seen again.
Get disappeared.
without question.
In a second. You don't get to run around on X making posts saying, fascists, I'm going to punch a fascist, F this, F that, Andor's telling the truth, Tony Gilroy's a genius, and he needs to run Star Wars.
It's the wildest thing, man. It's the wildest thing. And man, education is really something, man. Good grief.
Yeah. So he goes, how were we supposed to know that this clown car in Washington was going to basically use the same book that we used? So I don't think it's prescient so much as the sad familiarity of fascism. Words lose meaning, essentially, because of these people. They lose meaning because, like you said, they don't understand what these things are. They don't understand that in a true, completely government-controlled situation, which is what that's why I always say, you go around the circle, fascism and communism, they meet. It is all totalitarianism. It's all Marxism. And they use the same playbook. Government runs everything. Government sounds everything. If we truly lived in what they want,
exactly.
which is they want this.
They do. They're commies.
This is what they want.
They are commies.
Yeah. All of them. So he goes on to get questions. The actors have a broad spectrum of political ideas, and we didn't want anybody to perjure themselves or violate their conscience. So we came up with a light historical model. It was a very, very safe and legitimate place for us to sell the show without ever having to say what I'm free to say now. There it is, Jed. Again, he lied for a year. Oh, it's not politics. I'm just making a show. No, I'm pushing propaganda. And all the little idiots, every one of these accounts who are, as we mentioned earlier, who are very angry right now and very antagonistic, very aggressive on social media, they ate it up. And they're still running around screaming how Tony Gilroy saw this coming, how Andor is the greatest thing in the world. They are literally saying Andor is the greatest TV show ever. Running around saying that kind of shit.
Come on.
Now, I don't think one can ever say there's a greatest TV show ever because not all genres are comparable. But Andor doesn't even get to the top of good science fiction.
Oh, God, no.
I didn't get close.
The only category it can get to the top of, maybe, is Best Disney Star Wars. And that's, not a high bar.
That's a bar I can step over with barely lifting my foot off the ground.
But to these people, television, media in general, is only as good as the political messaging in it. Because to them, there is no difference between art and politics. That's what we talk about all the time with these people. Is they're physically incapable of differentiating the two. So whichever is the most political is the most artful, therefore the best. And it seems very clear that Andor is incredibly political. So it's obviously one of the best.
And also misunderstanding history. You were inspired by history books, including the use of pretext. Yeah, it's the same shit all the time. Get rid of truth, get rid of free press, destroy communities, nationalize the businesses, find an arbitrary enemy that you can elevate and a false flag them through propaganda. What are you doing?
What?
It's literally what he is doing. They want to destroy the truth, which is why they write this show masking their ideology and belief systems. They get rid of the free press. All their minions don't want us to say anything. They do not want pushback. They want us silence when we push back. They say we just don't get it. We're racist. We're this, that. Destroy communities. Well, nobody's destroying communities unless you count the destruction of fan communities, because the what's going on with people getting arrested and deported, they're not citizens. They never belonged here.
You could look a little bit farther back to the Summer of Love.
Yeah. Nationalize the businesses. Whoa. Who's nationalizing business? Here's part of the propaganda and false flag planting. Where has a business been nationalized?
Trump is the businessman. So businessmen are in politics now.
No, he's making legitimate deals with other countries.
No, it's just the mere fact that he is a businessman means businessmen are in charge now.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
And find an arbitrary enemy you can elevate a false flag them through propaganda. No, pretty much the majority of the country don't want non-citizens sucking up our tax dollars and committing crime.
So that's the truth of it right here. There's no false flag. There's no problem. But their propaganda is that 2 people who fucked around and found out are heroes and martyrs. That's their propaganda. And they're coding the stuff. Flood the zone with as much gack and atrocity as you can so that nobody can pay attention to what just happened. And pray that you have an overwhelming majority of sheep that will follow you. It's just tragically and sadly familiar. It's on them. It's not on us. Jay, just mentioned.
Is he on his way out? Is he about to get fired?
No, he's not even working for Disney anymore.
Yeah, he was a one-time thing for him.
Yeah.
So his contract to market Andor probably expired. Now he's.
I think it has to be it because like the way that he's talking, it's just like I've got nothing else to lose now. Now I'm gonna tell you what I really think and feel. Like, bro,
but he's preaching to the indoctrinated, and that's my point of it. Because look right here. Then here's Hollywood Reporter just laying on. You can see the words. I'm not going to read this stuff there. They're talking about all the shit, pretext for larger or later election goals. Yeah, I think it's more terrifying than that. I have a great deal of difficulty, and I've had a great deal of difficulty over the past few months just watching really smart, good people trying to make sense of what's going on by normalizing the slightest and trying to bring normalized conversation topic.
If any of this were true, Andor would be removed from the internet by the government.
Yeah. And they keep, and this is the thing. First of all, Gorman Massacre never actually happened. It was a different massacre that happened in real Star Wars. It wasn't the Gorman Massacre. They created that. Point is, though, all the stuff that just proves my point that this man truly, I mean, Dave Filoni and all the idiots, they put a lot of agenda shit into the sequel era. A lot of shit. But it took Tony Gilroy to walk in and truly propagandize Star Wars into convincing people that it was an allegory for what's happening in our country or what he knew was going to happen. This is mind-numbingly insane that any sane person even thinks like this. And they're handed the reins of what was once the most powerful franchise in science fiction history. Most profitable franchise ever. And this guy was given free reign. And because he had no minders during his tenure running Andor. He had nobody looking over his shoulder. Nobody. He did whatever he wanted. And he gave us a pure political piece of propaganda.
Yep.
I mean, so
that nobody saw.
That nobody watched, but some people claim was great. And even some people go, oh, I'm happy to line it up with my OT timeline because it works. The rest of Disney Star Wars doesn't work, but this does. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It war breaks all over the place if you know what you're looking at. And also, it's written like, oh, it's written so intelligently. No, it's written like commie Marxist propaganda, Bolshevik propaganda. You have to. So this is why here we are looking at the state of Disney Star Wars. You've either got the dysfunction of retards who think that Ben Solo could make $1 billion, that Mandalorian Grogu is good for everything, that Ahsoka Season 2, can't wait for that this year, is going to just be gloriously fun because Sabine and Ahsoka and other chick can be gay together, some crap like that. Or you have the political propagandists, the ideological fucktards.
So in the end, real Star Wars fans lose no matter who's in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is Disney Star Wars. And I'll ask this on the way out of this conversation now. And because I know I've sort of teased this question a few times in the past few weeks as we always can circle back to this. Where does this go from here? It only keeps getting worse, doesn't it? There's no way out of this for them, is there?
It's
nobody.
Over. It's over. Like it's at the point where, like, it's beyond sad. It's sickening every time now. Now every time when something is Star Wars related, you're like, oh boy, here it comes. There's not even a moment of, hey, maybe I can find something good in this. Like that doesn't exist anymore. It's just, oh, here comes dog water, and here comes slopping down the pipeline. It's unfortunate.
And
it's not even playing Russian roulette anymore. It's just having a loaded gun. That's all Disney Star Wars is these days. The only enjoyment I get out of it is seeing some of the stands fight each other. Like, I don't know if you saw Tony Gilroy talked about the rumors that Dave Filoni hated Andor.
Yeah, they really they tried to make this big thing that they said that the judge tried to tell us that Dave Filoni and Tony Gilroy don't get along, and we don't give a shit.
It really doesn't matter. Disney still made both of them. But at this point, Disney's still going to limp along. They got plenty of money to keep throwing at it for another couple of years at least. But
they're going to.
I think we're going to see less products per year, more and more so that way.
I mean, right now,
that's all they can do because nothing made money. Andor was insanely expensive. What was the total? Like $500 million for 2
over
seasons?
$600 million for both seasons.
And I think it is impossible for any show, even the most popular show in the world, to make enough money to recoup that on a streaming platform. With the streaming service, there's no subscriptions or ad revenue that's going to be enough. So they've lost hundreds of millions of dollars on Andor, but they're still going to call it a success. Is no matter how many times we catch these people in lies, like Tony Gilroy last year saying, oh, it's not political. Now he's saying it is political. The stands are going to go with whatever the current narrative is. That's why I say they have a Dory brain. They just accept whatever Disney says. Disney says Andor's successful, even though that logically is not possible. They're going to be like, yeah, Andor was successful. Let's have 10 more seasons of it. Even though, of course, that doesn't make any sense. And they're not even that intelligent. I mentioned it at the beginning of the stream, but they can't even get their own canon right. Their total film mixed up the Disney timeline. It had Solo taking place after Andor.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I saw that and you DM'd it to me. Yeah, I saw that. I'll bring it up. Hang on. Let me get it. Wait, no, wrong one. But yeah, so
these fans aren't really bringing their A game, or they might be bringing their A game, and that's sadder.
No, Jed, this is their A game. These, I mean, there's a particular really angry stand out there called Cadet Cody or some shit like that, who I've been trying to get a block from years, and he had a meltdown this week of people calling Grogu Baby Yoda. Like, don't you understand? Get with the picture. He's had a name for 5 years. They're retarded. Who cares? I mean, yeah, here it is. Here's what Jed was talking about right here. They can't even get their timelines right because they're not working with actual lore. I mean, well, now it's Solo's over here at 10 BBY, and wait, no, that is actually for their timeline. It is in the right place.
But Rogue One taking place.
Oh, that's what you said. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. Yeah. I see what you do. Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah, Rogue One should be one AB or one BBY or maybe 0.
Well, no, it's 0. It's 0 because
it's before the Battle of Yavin, so I call it one BBY.
But it has to be 0 BBY because
that would be Battle of Yavin.
At the end of Rogue One, Leia has the plans, and we go
right. But that's still before the Battle of Yavin, so
that's
it's the last days.
No.
It's still the last days.
It would still be 0 BBY.
Yeah. So what Adam is saying is that would happen in the exact same year as A New Hope.
Yeah.
So it should be Solo should be 0.
Well, yeah. Does the calendar not reset?
No.
Wait,
is the Battle of Yavin not New Year's Day?
Okay, hold on a second. Now my brain is splitting in two. Rogue One should be right before A New Hope. Solo being
that's what
there,
I always thought.
This is the problem.
Yes, Solo's in the wrong place. But
yes,
Rogue One, I think Rogue One should be 1 BBY because it takes place before the Battle of Yavin.
But these are literally years. That's the point.
Right, but it's when the calendar resets.
So I see what Jed is saying.
I see what you're saying, but it doesn't work like that.
It would then go to drop.
It doesn't work like that.
I get what he's saying.
It would be Rogue One by their timeline. It would be Rogue One / A New Hope at 0 BBY before Battle of Yavin. I mean, BBY and ABY that has always been the calendar of Star Wars.
Right.
It always has been that. And
10 looks right for Solo, but yeah, Rogue One's just in the wrong spot.
I mean, Han is 30 in New Hope, and Leia and Luke are 18 years old. So it's around that. Point is, and no, Empire Strikes Back is 2.5 ABY. It's not 3 years. It's actually 2 years. New Hope, because Shadows of the Empire is 2.5 and Return of the Jedi is 3 BY, because there's only a year's difference between them. So their calendar isn't even right for the original trilogy.
It's important to note that means all 3 seasons of The Mandalorian are in less than a year, because the Mandalorian, they were very clear about it taking place 5 years after. And now we're only in 11.
And they took that from Thrawn trilogy, which takes place 5 years after Return of the Jedi. And see, that's even wrong there. That's even wrong there. Fans. Mando Grogu. Oh, that's the Mandalorian and Grogu. But I mean, they don't even have the Mandalorian Grogu TV series listed on here. They don't have Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, the only TV series they have on here is the Clone Wars unless they're talking about the Clone Wars movie. Because the rest of these are all movies, so that's probably the Clone Wars movie.
Probably. Ugh. It depends. I mean, yeah. Either way, their numbers aren't even quite right here. And look how sad this is. All these movies take place in the same. The sequel trilogy takes place within a year. How fucking sad is that?
It just doesn't make any sense, man.
None of this, but this is Star Wars. It's dysfunction. It's retardation. And just to cap it off, there is no enthusiasm for these things. So that's why I say, where are they going? Disney Star Wars has nowhere to go. Because you bring up real Star Wars and people do get excited. It's the same thing right now where we're talking about Starfleet Academy every week. And even now, what it started off, a lot of hate, a lot of pushback. It's waning now. Trust me, I have the literal receipts. My interactions for what I'm doing, it's dropping. There's little interest anymore. But just this week, a new game comes out. Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown. Basically, choose your own adventure, Voyager. Fuck up the Delta Quadrant in your own way. So much positivity surrounding it. Everybody's watched people play it. People watch me play it. I was on the fence and I started playing it. I'm having a great time. When you bring in the real McCoy of something, the actual thing made by people who understood and gave a damn, the reaction is starkly different than the shit. And that's why I always say, when you say something is dead, talk about the garbage, the bad version. That's what's dead. The real things, the real McCoys, people will always go back to it, even if they're apathetic. When they hear about it, remember it, it sparks that little bit of original passion they had, and they say, man, I wish I could go back to that. And I always say you can. Because it's still there. You don't let Disney Star Wars tell you that that's what happened. Han didn't die by getting stabbed through the chest by an emo fake son.
Good Lord.
There is no Baby Yoda Grogu. There is no Ahsoka that survived the Clone Wars.
Dang, I keep forgetting about that.
But I'm saying, you don't have to let that define it, because there was other stuff that defined all these franchises we love before the likes of Disney or Kurtzman or any other one took them over and, fucked them in the ear. So, in the ear, that it hurts. It would hurt.
It doesn't just hurt.
Oh my God.
It would kill you.
God, heaven. Not the ear.
I thought you said Star Wars isn't dead.
Well,
you don't like that.
No.
That metaphor makes it true.
No, Disney Star Wars. Don't let them. And that's what you do to Disney Star Wars.
That's what we're doing to Disney Star Wars now. When did this be about us?
I meant the metaphorical we, the royal we, the world.
No, we.
No, we in somebody's ear. Like, what are we doing?
Oh boy, what we're doing is I'm writing this one down. Making sure that this one gets added to the clip reel.
God in heaven.
No, that's called Rebels, Ariel, and that's shit. Anyway, so there it is. Disney Star Wars is a dysfunctional propaganda mess, and it's not going to get any better. And to your guys, what you said, what they've got coming out from Mandalorian Grogu, Ahsoka Season 2, Starfighter, whatever other shit they're scraping off their shoe and throwing at the screen. None of it's going to land. None of it's going to land. And
But Ryan Gosling, women like Ryan Gosling.
Do they?
I don't think that's going to work.
No, it's not going to be enough.
I mean, if they liked him, then you'd right now be saying that Hail Mary is going to make a ton of money.
It's true.
That was true.
I want it to make $1 billion,
Yeah.
but I'm worried about it breaking even.
Mm-hmm. Well, when's that come out?
2 weeks. I'm watching it on the 13th, but it comes out the 20th, I think.
Well,
so
you'll be you'll
3 weeks.
You'll be reporting on it. And I've already been told I'm going to be made to watch it because I don't. My interest is that I just don't care. But that was enough to make somebody go, "Oh, you're going to watch it." So I'm going to be made to watch it, and
you're going to enjoy it. I think as long as it sticks to the books, you're going to like it.
Sure. It's not that I don't have interest. I don't care about anything new anymore. That's my thing. I have no desire. I look forward to new anime, and that's about it.
Apathy.
Apathy is the hardest thing for Hollywood to get over right now, except for their own stupidity, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't beat that.
Yeah. Project Hail Mary is just doing a lot of traditional things. They're getting real cinematographers, and it's puppetry. The rock monster Rocky, they have an actual puppet for him. He's not just CGI. I mean, of course, there's touch-ups with CGI, but I respect practical effects. A lot.
Yeah, practical effects. It's a dying art, and somebody's got to remember to preserve it before it goes away forever. Otherwise, we'll be stuck with CGI garbage for the rest of our lives, and I kind of don't want that. Then again, that's why I love anime, because it's all just there. It's not real, and I'm all in. I'm all in. Yeah, I'm a weeb, whatever. Anyway, all right, so that's enough Star Wars talk. Let's talk gaming or gaming industry. So we know Ubisoft is fucked.
Oh,
it's gloriously fucked. And part of the reasons it's fucked is because they've had the same leadership since the 80s. Remember that. The same family, the same man has been in charge of Ubisoft, running it unchecked for 40 years, essentially, since the 80s. The Guillaume family, I always want to pronounce it correct. God damn it, stop jumping around on me, stupid freaking variety. The Guillemot family with their patriarch Yves Guillemot. Ubisoft CEO explains 3-year plan to revamp game publisher through new creative house strategy, more than $200 million in cost reductions. An exclusive interview by Variety.
None of that's going to be enough.
Normally, we don't bother with Variety for gaming news, but this is their interview, so we're here. And the other things like IGN touched on what he talks about here. He's claiming Far Cry is coming back, and a Splinter Cell game is still happening despite layoffs. So let's look at what they want to say here. So they're going to ask him some questions. Let's just get right into it. How did the recent acquisition of March of Giants from Amazon come about as Amazon changed its own strategy for game development? Nobody cares. Nobody cares about this. What does this have to do with anything? Let's hear about the money. Here it is. How does the completion of the Tencent partnership impact Ubisoft's long-term growth strategies, particularly in Asian markets? Tencent brings unparalleled knowledge of the Chinese ecosystem. You know what the Chinese ecosystem is? The government. Mm-hmm. That's the Chinese ecosystem. Tencent is the Chinese government. And they are evil. Their expertise will help us. Their expertise will help us position. I can't do a French accent. Our brand.
It was good. It was good.
Well, listen. I can have when I speak French. When I used to, I could do the accent just fine. But I can't do the hybrid English-French accent. Can't do it. Their expertise will help us position our brands in a way that truly resonates with local players, while also acting as a powerful distribution partner. We see significant potential with franchises such as Rainbow Six to scale China to levels comparable to or even exceeding other major markets in both player base and revenue. I'm sorry, isn't Rainbow Six about U.S. Special Forces?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, China's not
by
going to
Tom
like
Clancy.
that.
How is that an IP that China's going to be interested in?
So dumb.
Out of touch. Completely out of touch. More broadly, Tencent's investments in Vantage Studios and in Ubisoft reflect a long-term partnership approach. Dre, no, that means Tencent owns your raggedy ass.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. They don't do business as far as percentages is concerned. They own it.
Yeah,
They'll take your yams and then drag you across the freaking hot coals.
yeah. Yeah,
Ubisoft, just go away. Just sell it to the Chinese and be done.
but
Jesus Christ!
This is the point. He's talking about Ubisoft. It's though. Ubisoft. Gilmore's talking as though Ubisoft is just going to have Tencent be an advising partner. No, there is literally an agent of the government standing in the room there, going, "You do this. You do this." You do this,
and as we know, French are famous for being pushovers. So
they are.
We surrender. We surrender. They respect our operational autonomy.
Oh, come on!
The Chinese famous for letting people do what they want.
This is why we're reading this, to listen to the unbelievable fake bullshit being spewed by Yves Guillemot. Because, oops, whoa, too much. Sorry, too much. There you go. This is ridiculous. This isn't real. This is a fantasy.
It's crazy.
If he believes it, he's an idiot or he's lying. No scenario is good for Ubisoft's future.
Yeah.
Because I don't think this is going to make money. Whatever Tencent is doing behind the scenes, because like we said, they're in control. I don't think it's going to lead to making more money.
What I think is it'll make them money in China, but it's not going to make them money in the rest of the world.
It's going to alienate the rest of the world even more than they already have. So they're sacrificing a world of markets for one good
They'll see
market.
profit in China. They'll see their profit there, I think. I think you're right. They'll see profit there, but the West isn't going to be buying this because these franchises are all dead. Assassin's Creed is dead, right, Jed? You most of all.
It's entirely dead. After Mirage and Shadows, no one's interested in anything else. A good 10 years ago, Assassin's Creed fans could have theorized for hours about a new historical period to delve into. And the one they wanted most was Japanese. And they ruined it so thoroughly that people are actively saying, I hope they stay away from my favorite political era.
Yeah.
Nobody's interested in it. Shadows is a financial failure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We've proven it over and over again.
Everyone lost their jobs.
Yep. And Rainbow Six, I'm sorry. Rainbow Six has been relative for 20 years. It's an irrelevant franchise. And Far Cry, I was listening actually to a couple weeks ago when we were complaining about what's his name, who shot his mouth off, said people can die, who was in the Far Cry game.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah, Esposito. How people were actually complaining. I think we were on Ball Boss. Somebody said in the game where he's the villain, you don't even get to kill him as the villain. He offs himself.
Because he's supposed to be a misunderstood villain or some shit like that.
Yeah.
All right, so we keep going here. Just look for those stuff. Ubisoft have recently unveiled its... Oh, and now here comes the AI stuff. Let's just talk about that. Not really. Ubisoft is celebrating 30th anniversary of Rayman. I talked about this a week or so ago. Who cares about Rayman?
I'd never even heard of him until talking with you.
It's a PlayStation 1 era IP that I guess had some little traction back then. Dre, nobody cares about Rayman.
People haven't cared about Rayman since like 1996, so I don't
exactly.
Rayman was never a premier franchise ever.
No,
ever.
No, it wasn't very big at all. A friend of mine likes it, but again, she, like me, also agree that it's not a big franchise as a whole.
It never was.
Unfortunately for them.
Never was.
Ever. If serves me right, it was supposed to be try to showcase like what the it was PlayStation. It was supposed to be showcase what the engine could do with this new 3D
tech
animator.
demo.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a tech demo because he had no arms, no legs. and
That
you had
it
to
serves a
function
purpose,
and all
but
that stuff.
there's no
Yeah.
longevity intended
Heck
in a
no.
tech demo.
Heck no. Like
Yeah.
it looked better on the Dreamcast, and I don't
Yeah.
understand who is talking about Rayman. Who?
They are here trying to
In
tell us
30
the 30th
years.
anniversary that people give about the 30th give a big shit
In
about
30
years.
years, who's talked about Rayman, Adam?
Nobody.
I'm confused. Now we're talking about Rayman is gonna save us. I promise you. I'll put that on Kami.
Yeah.
Rayman ain't gonna save you, bro. I don't get it.
That's scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Good
Yeah.
Lord, might as well
And
That's
pull out
splinters
Fur
in the
Fighters
ass.
and all the rest of the off-brand characters. Why the freak not? Like, what are we doing? Is Spyro gonna save you next? Like, come on.
Well, they
Like,
tried that already.
come on.
They tried the Spyro. It didn't
Jesus.
work. Didn't work. As you prepare to announce leadership across the new creative houses, will Ubisoft be undergoing layoffs beyond the 200 proposed reductions? The voluntary, Jed, you've talked about the voluntary departure plan before. You've talked about that.
Yeah, before these layoffs, they asked people, hey, volunteer to leave or we're going to start firing. Obviously, not enough people were willing to lose their jobs, so they started firing a bunch of people.
Yeah. As we announced the 200 euro, is that euro? That's euro, right? Well,
Yes.
euro.
Yeah, they're
Million
French, so euro.
in additional cost reductions will include selective restructuring across the company, firing. That said, our primary focus for aligning the organization with our long-term goals remains disciplined workforce management. Wait, how many people worked on Outlaws and Assassin's Creed Shadows? Over 2,000 on both projects.
That's
An
bloat.
insane amount of people worked on those games with no profit made. None. So I don't want to hear about that shit. There were accusations of nepotism made when your son Charlie was appointed co-head of Vantage. If you want to know, Vantage is the spin-off subsidiary that created when Tencent gave them the influx of money to say, oh, we're putting certain IPs under this house now. No, it is nepotism. It is nepotism. And he says, Ubisoft created as a family company and our strong heritage helps us take long-term view. Bitch, you've run your company into the ground in the past 20 years now. You've run
If
into
it's
the ground.
nepotism, at least let your kid or whoever be good at his job. There's been no experience behind this guy.
Yeah.
The son.
Yeah.
No proven track record.
This is a family that had a great run. Had a great run. 80 to 90s, 90s, 2000s, 2001. Had a good 30-year-odd run of great games. And then steep decline. And here we are. Complete shit. You have not aged with the times, Monsieur Guillemot. You have not. You are done. 6 games were canceled in the restructure, including Prince of Persia Remake. What led to that cancellation? Specifically, how far along was the project? Well, we know how far along it was. It was right there.
It was months from release.
Yeah.
2 months from release.
Yeah.
And once again, it's a franchise that maybe 20 years ago was relevant, even to the point that actually had a movie. The movie was horrible, but nonetheless had a movie. Who's talking about Prince of Persia now? Anybody?
No.
Anyone?
If people bring it up, it's brought up as, being a lesser version of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand what these announcements are. What is this?
This
is over.
We're not going to keep going this because this is literally Variety allowing him to blow smoke up everybody's ass. Blow smoke and try and make it look pretty.
It's a fluff interview.
I mean, one last thing here. Ubisoft has shown its interest in moving into movies, TV, and other multimedia, but many times things are in the works take years to complete. When do you see these projects, including the Assassin's Creed TV series, making it to the screen? It doesn't matter.
It's a Netflix show. Even once they eventually make it, it'll be another 3 years till season 2.
And they'll bats drop it. Nobody cares about a Far Cry show on FX. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. All these things. This is a lot of song and dance to hide from the fact that you sold your soul to Ubisoft. I'm sorry, to Tencent. You sold your soul to Tencent. You let China take over because you ran out of money. And Tencent is on a mission to buy up as many companies as they can, both in anime and gaming. I mean, that is why Crunchyroll, no, it's not why Katakawa went to Sony and said, please buy more shares than Tencent because we know you'll at least leave us alone, which is true. In the year when everybody cried that Katakawa, oh, Sony's going to buy Katakawa, everything's going to be censored. In the year since Sony bought more shares in Katakawa to fend off Tencent, Sony hasn't implemented anything. Katakawa has been left to their own devices to continue doing what they do. Because Sony was the lesser evil of Tencent. Nobody wanted Tencent to start funding anime for Japan. Nobody wanted that. So Tencent is suck. They're evil. And Ubisoft opened door and said, yes, come and take over our storied franchises that were once great and now run them into the ground.
Like giving a retarded kid a snake rather than medication.
Yeah. Well, it goes to this, though. It goes to this. I mentioned earlier. Jed, what are one of the reasons that Tencent has failed so badly? I'm sorry, Ubisoft has failed so badly with their games. What are one of the reasons? Because the characters aren't appealing or fun, are they?
God, no. Can you remember the last appealing or interesting character with a well-written story from an Ubisoft game?
Assassin's Creed Origins?
Cassandra's the last one I would say. Bayek had a great introduction. I love that scene where he's introduced at the very beginning of the game where he's killing that one.
Yeah, but then he gets cut the rest of the game.
And then, he barely shows a facial expression for the rest of the game. So, he started really strong. The missing sun element was interesting, but it just fizzled out. I like Cassandra a lot.
Cassie's good. But she's not an assassin.
I'm actually replaying it right now. Oh, yeah, it's not an Assassin's Creed game in any way, shape, or form, but I'm replaying it right now, and I still love that game.
But let's just say it. Not just character appeal, but sex appeal. Sex appeal.
That's been a long time, because I like Cassie, but I don't think she's
on
that
the other
sexy.
side. She is not. Listen, she is a fit woman, but she's not a beautiful woman.
She's a believably, she's a believable.
Yeah, she's a big girl. She's a big girl. A big girl. She's gonna kick ass. I believe that.
Big thickums.
Point is this though. Look at the other side. Outlaws. Broken nose. Broken nose bitch. Based on a woman who's actually pretty. The voice actor's character model was actually pretty. But Kay Vess hit every blade of ugly as she went through that lawnmower. Just came out mangled. You didn't need, that's Star Wars. You don't need to be convincing. You can have reasons to be anything like that. But you look at that. She wasn't pretty. Could have made her hot. Could have made her sexy. Could have worked. So Ubisoft, and we'll just say a lot of companies have forgotten the sexy. And most of them are Western. We agree on that?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. A lot of Eastern companies, especially Japan, still get the sexy going.
They're not playing around.
Well, there you go. They have because there was an article came out this week on Niche Gamer, and I saw it because I am familiar with this franchise, at least this particular part of the Atelier franchise, which means the Alchemist franchise. Atelier Ryza producer. Ryza's plump thighs are the result of extensive market research. Okay, now, okay. So here's the thing. I watched the anime that was based on the first third of the first game. After the anime, because Ryza was just woo, as well as the other characters in the game, woo, all over the place. I went and bought those games. They were all on sale on the PlayStation 4. On the PlayStation Store for the PS4 at the time, and I got free upgrades for the PS5 too when I got it. So I bought the trilogy of games. I played through the entire first game, including especially the parts of the anime covered, and I finished it. And I got about halfway through the second game, and then I did not so much I lost interest, but I got distracted by other things because these games are all also subtitles. They're all in Japanese. These are not dubbed games, so you have to really be wanting to play this. But in these games, Ryza, this lovely lady right here with them thighs, them titties, them booty, them pretty face, she jiggles her way through the entire series. There is a point all right, Drake, you'll love this. There is a moment. Sometimes she has to crawl through a tunnel. Okay. She gets on all fours and crawls towards you.
I see that.
Cleavage.
I see.
In your face. She's going, She crawls through the tunnel. And then she'll crawl to back with her ass in your face. They understand what's going on here.
Yo, somebody give Adam a wet nap. What are we doing?
Listen.
I'm way too sick to hear this story.
And here it is. And right here, Atelier Ryza producer Junzo Hosoi explained that Ryza's viral thick thighs. Now, she's also, they're going to say here, she's the most popular. They make a lot of merch on the Atelier series. They sell a lot of models on these girls.
Certain.
All the girls in this series are built for pleasure.
And I just glanced to the right for a second. I see Dead or Alive titties. I'm sitting there.
It's coming back.
Yeah, this is
right there. The game's coming back. There's a new game was announced during the safe state of play we talked about last week. A new game.
Yeah. As it should. Dead or Alive used to be one of my favorite games for obvious reasons. So it's like
they made games Dead or Alive beach volleyball. They didn't fight. They just played volleyball in bikinis.
That was freaking crazy.
Beach events.
That was decades ago.
That's a Gooner game. These are the now listen, the Atelier Ryza games, they're not hard games. They're very easy. And
they're hard.
They're hard, all right.
Listen, if you grind and max out all your gear,
it's
very easy.
Anyway,
Adam out there sweating. Gets hard when you grind.
Also, I explained that Ryza's viral thick thighs are the result of extensive market research.
Yes, the market research is the dudes like it. That's the
in an interview with Automaton, Hosoi spoke about Ryza's character design and how it was behind-the-scenes research into her ultimate plumpness. After carrying out various analysis, we concluded that the plumpness of her figure was something our players would want. We also thought that the body type preferences that the character design trends vary depending on the culture and various individual circumstances. Taking such a wide spectrum into consideration, we wanted to make Ryza's design somewhere in the middle of that range. Taking into consideration,
thick thighs are universal.
Well, all right, her thighs are thick, but they're proportionally thick. It's not like it fits with her entire body. She's got the boob, the booty, and the thighs. She's got the total package. She wears it well in outfits like this. Taking that into consideration, various individual circumstances make it sound as if there was a world where Ryza's figure was even more bombastic than we eventually got in the game. The Atelier series is an RPG franchise from developer Gust, which focused on various young women, their own businesses as alchemists. Players explore, discover new materials, and craft new items in order to progress. It's a very chill game. These are very chill games. They're very fun, and there is some combat and fighting. It's good stories too, but they're not intense, but they're nice. They're safe games. Atelier Ryza released in 2019, and Ryza became one of the most popular characters of the franchise. As a result, Ryza has been featured with new designs in multiple Bishoujo figures and got 2 sequels within the Atelier franchise. Recently, all 3 games featuring Ryza were included in a single deluxe pack. You can check out the review of the games here. And I had already pre-bought them, and I got free upgrades to the PS5 versions for the ones already bought. So that's very cool when I get back to playing them. Point is, we talked about that a second ago. The West has forgotten that this stuff has to happen. And goodbye, Dragon Lady. Farewell. And they have forgotten. The West has forgotten that make characters sexy again.
Absolutely.
Make them sexy.
And that goes both ways. Women loved the look of Kratos in the Greek games.
Mm-hmm.
Give them the beefcake.
Mm-hmm.
We get the cheesecake. They get the beefcake. Everybody wins. And listen, the dudes in the game, this dude right here, he's a big buff dude. Is her knight protector, her warrior buddy. He's a big buff dude. And the other guy who starts as like the nerdy friend, he grows up too. They make and then the other friend, she's more of the slim type body build, but she's sexy too. They make characters sexy all around. Japan remembers. They remember. And I loved seeing this because I thought it was a great comparison to the Ubisoft discussion today. Ubisoft forgot to make characters sexy, to make things sexy. Simple games like this, a lot of the devs in Japan, they have not forgotten. They haven't forgotten at all. And I love it. I love it. And I recommend these games. They're a lot of fun. A lot of fun. And Ryza is sexy as hell. Anyway, I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to get that out of there. Okay. Jed, you got one more gaming topic for us here.
I do. So, yeah, I can screen share this. So, we got some news about Sony filing for a new patent. And I don't know if you've heard about this, Dre, but it starts to get into stop killing games territory and the death of physical media. it's starting to
no.
get a very concerning place.
Oh boy, get your
So I have it here.
DVDs, everybody. Get your DVDs.
Sony files a patent to shrink the size of 100 gigabyte AAA games to only 100 megabytes by streaming assets. So this article dives into more detail.
Oh, wow.
So
that
the
takes me
disc
back.
or what you download from the PlayStation Store will only have 100 megabytes of the game itself. So that's not even a shell. That's barely enough to even call anything with the games of today.
Oh, that's
and
zero
the higher
ownership. Oh,
the higher density asset stuff like that, you have to stream over an internet connection. So an internet connection will be required for all games under this. Now, I can see ways where this patent can be used well. I can see as, being an option for people if you want that option, great. For PC gaming, it makes the most sense for PC gaming if you can't afford
already
a
there.
higher end.
PC game is digital now, so it's all digital.
Well, it's not streaming, and this is different than cloud gaming.
okay,
A lot of people thought this was like cloud gaming.
Yeah, no.
Cloud gaming is when it's 100% from streaming location. You don't have anything on your computer, really. This would be a kind of hybrid situation to alleviate the stress on your computer. I can see it making sense as an optional thing for PCs, and especially with the graphics card shortage. The PlayStation can buy up a bunch of graphics card and RAM and everything else like that. That way, you're not putting as much money into your personal PC. Stuff like that could make a lot of sense. And that's not the way this is going, though. This is PlayStation. They have the physical consoles there for a reason because their hardware is supposed to handle the newest games. So this is more you will own nothing and be okay with it. They say that you'll still be able to play the game offline, but there might be some broken aspects of it. Like it'll function, but not function well without an internet connection. At 100 megabytes versus 100 gigabytes, I don't believe any game with that type of differentiation will function. I don't believe there's a single 100 gigabyte game that could function.
All right, let me get this real good because Dre's going to have a more nuanced take on this stuff because he understands this stuff better than I do. Here's what I see when I see this. I see two things. One, this is Sony reacting to what you just said, the RAM shortage and everything else shortage, because it's all I've been reading some articles this week. Everything's about to hit a shortage, from RAM to graphic cards to chips because of the AI nonsense. So this is Sony being reactionary, trying to find a way forward. At the
this
same
will
time,
actually make that situation worse because people still have to buy the consoles to make this work. This isn't for PlayStation on PC. I could see that working. If they were doing that, I'd be like, all right, it's an option for people, great. But people still have to buy the consoles with those pieces of hardware in it, and then PlayStation has to buy those pieces of hardware for their servers. So that's actually making the shortages worse.
I think that this is a reactionary thing because they're afraid, and somebody somewhere on some executive at the mothership said, "Hey, this might be a good idea," and no. The other part is, I don't think this goes anywhere in the end. I think this is a pipe dream because you just said it. This is, and Dre's going to elaborate more in a second here. This is it's not feasible. Everybody would have to have the best fiber in the world in every neighborhood to pull off this type of gaming. This would destroy what's left of console gaming. It would.
And they specifically said that they're doing this to alleviate the size of downloads onto your computer. This applies to both discs and from their PlayStation Store. They're like, yeah, we want you to be able to play multiple games at once.
When did this article come out? Or this is the 12th. Okay. All right. This was 10 days ago. This was announced. And we have one other thing after we're done with this, and we're gonna talk about. That was just a bomb dropped just the other day. But Dre, what are your thoughts on this? Because you have a better insight into this.
Yeah, like literally, I had a flashback to about it's 2026 now, maybe about 18 years ago. There was a PC gaming app which actually had the idea. I can't even think of it right now. That actually did this. They actually tried to do direct streaming for games on PC. Because of how expensive they saw the future and how expensive that the computer rigs were going to be. And it lasted for about a year's time. But the stress that was on those servers was just it just could not keep up. Now, granted, that was 18 years ago. Obviously, a lot has changed since then. But the idea of even doing this now on PlayStation, to have all of your games streamed directly to a computer, directly to all the Sony hardware, the absurdity of that. Man, the absurdity of that, like the amount of hardware that you're going to have to dedicate to just streaming a game. And let's just get sexy for a hot second. Let's just say that GTA 6. Okay. GTA 6 is now a streaming only game.
Oh.
Yes. Do you know how many warehouses Sony's going to have to buy and put servers in there to just to support that one game?
Bring up that point of how expensive this is. This is why let's just take a moment here and let's just ratchet back. It's just a patent. This should just be Sony Sony's done this in the past where they grab a patent on something. Remember the Nemesis system?
Yeah.
They patented the Nemesis system so nobody else could do it, and then they did nothing with it. This might just be grabbing a hold of it to make sure nobody else does it.
But no one should be stupid enough to do this.
That too. There's the other half of it. Who would really want to do this?
I could see it working for PCs though, like I said, or as long as the base game with no internet connection can run at, I don't know, 1080p and 30 frames per second, and you're just doing it on a kind of crappy PC to upgrade it to 4K or something like that. I could see an argument for that working, but I see zero argument for this making sense on any console. That's the aspect of this that I think is stupid. But I agree with Adam. This is probably just patenting it. So if somebody else tries, because this is a patent for the servers and stuff like this. So this would apply to PCs. So if Steam tried to do this,
there might be a technological thing attached to this that Sony wants to get that is within this. It might be something about that. It might not be actually doing it.
I pray that it is, because
this would kill everything.
This isn't viable.
It's just dumb.
This is not viable. Sony will be bankrupt in about 27 minutes after they turn the thing on.
Yeah, so I think it's
insane.
And this was 10 days ago. Or let's say it was let's see, today is Sunday. So it was when this was written, it was 7 days before we got, and this is why I want to bring this up now, because I think there's a connection, because up just 7 days prior to this announcement, Sony had no idea that they were about to be essentially the only kid in the yard with Nintendo, because Phil Spencer retired and Sarah Bond resigned from Xbox. Xbox is done. Just like we said, Dre, it was done. Out of nowhere, nobody saw this coming. And some chick who's an AI executive is now in charge of Xbox Studios.
Well, you already know it's over now.
It's over. It's over. So Sony announced this, and 7 days later, one of the remaining bits of competition they have in the console gaming market essentially just surrendered forever.
Yep.
And I think if this had happened before that, maybe that patent thing wouldn't have been announced. Because Sony trying to outmaneuver Microsoft on something.
Well, the patent, it's for the server, so that's not console based. So it could be Steam. Steam would be a competitor for this patent.
Okay,
and other PC platforms.
Yeah, but either way, this is a giant shake. I mean, I'm not an Xbox bro. I never really was, but this is pretty huge, especially because Sarah Bond had been walking around pretending she knew things for several months. She was up front. Hey, everybody, we're doing great things in Xbox. Everything's fine. And then she suddenly resigns. And yeah, right. It is just an Xbox. It always should have just been a Microsoft gaming studio. It always should have been.
Sure.
It should have been. But Dre, this is what you talked about.
Yeah.
When we talked about this last year in fourth quarter,
yep,
you said they are going to just become a game developer now.
Yes. They're strictly going to game developing. They're going the way of Sega. They're going to do what Sega's doing, and they're going to become strictly a developer, which is why, in my opinion, why Xbox or Microsoft, whoever you want to say, Xbox Studios, Microsoft Studios, whoever the parent company is, whoever the shadow corporation is buying up every studio they can get their little hands on.
Look what they did. They bought Blizzard Activision.
Mm-hmm.
They bought
Cinemax
Bethesda.
Media. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And what have they done?
Nothing.
They're liquidating everybody's assets. They're liquidating everything. Everything's going to go under the Microsoft or Xbox Studios umbrella, and then they're going to become the biggest publishers on the planet. No question. That's what they're going to do. They're going to pimp out every single game to Sony, to that's it, to Sony. Because they're not.
Well, they got a couple things to Nintendo. There are subpar versions for the Switch too.
Yeah, but nobody's buying that. Nobody's going to be buying GTA 6 for the Switch. All right.
Well, there was just an update for Oblivion Remaster on the Switch too, Dre.
Oh yes, a game that's 500 years old. Congratulations to them. Wonderful. Praise white God. No, there's no money in that. Like so pretty much they're going to be fleecing Sony for the foreseeable future. Sony's going to be
excited for Game Pass on PlayStation.
Yeah, that's what PlayStation players want. Game Pass doesn't make money, so I'm like, if you are a publisher, if you're a game studio publisher, indie or otherwise, you would putting your game on Game Pass is a mistake.
Yeah,
it's just a freaking mistake. You're making nothing. You're making.
It makes a lot of sense for old games, like a $5 subscription. You get access to a whole catalog of old games, and that's it. Kind of like how Nintendo's doing it with their N64 games and whatnot.
Absolutely.
They're greedy as hell with it, but that model is more effective.
But yes, that makes perfect sense. A game from 20, 30 years ago
that can't run on most software or most hardware these days.
100%.
Makes a ton of sense.
Pay my $5. I pay my $5 and I can play whatever. Shenmue 2 from Dreamcast. Sure, whatever. That sounds like a good plan. But a game that just came out, a game that cost $70, and you mean tell me I'm giving that joint away for free as a studio? You got to be absolutely furious.
It makes more sense to get Game Pass for a month for what is it right now? It's $27. Yeah, the game less than a month and then cancel.
It's crazy talk.
Listen, as someone, I never liked the idea of Game Pass because it didn't offer me the games I cared about. Really, that's why it never sold me. I know I'm an outlier.
New games have like a Game Pass bonus or something like that. Like if you have Game Pass and you buy this game on the Xbox Store, you get certain collectibles or items or costumes or stuff like that in-game rewards. Have a little bit of a union like that, but free games for brand new ones, that's moronic.
So, and Xbox just a couple weeks ago were saying, "Oh, we're gonna have a new console in 2027." No, you're not.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
No, you're liars. You're liars.
No, you're not. And that would be making the same mistake Sega made when they were still in the consoles. Don't be the first one out. Never be the first one out.
Yep.
Don't be the first one out when there's competition. Now, when there's only 2 left, it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah,
but
there's nothing left.
And
if Xbox still want to hang around, let's just say for the sake of simplicity, if Xbox wanted to still hang around, and they say, "Oh, we're still going to release a console," I use the term very, very loosely. All they're going to have to do is revert back to an Xbox with a new name on it, and it's just going to have to be, let's say 8K becomes the new standard, right? This is going to be a new 8K box that you can stream your Netflix on.
Yeah,
that's it. That's about it. Because what else are you going to stream it on? Instead of buying a brand new TV that's going to cost you $1,500, you buy my new Xbox that you can play the games that you've had over there for a decade and a half, and now you get 8K Netflix, Ultra HD, blah 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 blah. That's the only thing that it'll be a glorified DVD player, and that's about it.
Now I have a question for you both here, and I think we all want this to be true, but if it's plausible is what I'm asking here. Is if Xbox goes away, there's no 2027 console or anything like that, will the vacuum it creates leave an opportunity for a new company to try to offer a contender in the console war?
I don't think so.
Just anything legitimate. Like, of course, there's the small consoles that no one really pays attention to. I'm talking one that has the hardware and the backing to be a legitimate contender.
I mean, looking at how everything looks in the world right now, I don't think it's possible with the shortages coming up. It's physically improbable that anybody could launch anything in the next years. I mean, frankly, I think I talked about this earlier in the week. I love it that Sony is now saying, "Oh yeah, we're pushing back the PlayStation 6," because we shouldn't see a PlayStation 6 till the 2030s for multiple reasons. One, the technology, there's not enough of an upgraded technology and gameplay for you to give me another new console right now. There just isn't. The 5 is doing fine. It's fine. It's starting to hit its stride finally due to previous shortages.
Let it run. I mean, the Switch 2, Nintendo is competition, yet it's not. Because it's not competition in terms of power. And PCs are PCs. The majority of gaming happens on PCs. I'm not going to pretend it doesn't. I'm not going to lie to myself as a guy who's primarily a console gamer. Because I have an old PC. I can't play new PC games. So I play on the console. And I got Voyager for my console because I wanted to make sure it worked. Okay?
And the Steam machine's been delayed, so you can't do that.
And that's going to be delayed too. All of this shit's going to be delayed. So I don't think it's going to happen. And I don't want the Sony to do anything. I don't care about Xbox. Nintendo, the Switch 2 had nothing to do. The Switch 2's design and specs have nothing to do with the shortages coming up because the Switch 2 is a PS4. And you can find that shit at a discount Radio
up to
Shack.
the previous.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's such diminishing returns with the quality of games these days. I'm not talking about writing or anything like that story-wise. I mean, graphically, there's been diminishing returns for years now. It's just efficiency and performance is going down as the files are getting bigger too. So it's just keeping up with trying to make things better, not making anything better, and just on the back end making things worse. So yeah, the PlayStation 5, we're in an era with those diminishing returns and graphical quality being so pronounced. Console generation should ride longer than ever. I think we should see. I think PlayStation 5 should be about halfway through its lifespan, if not even.
I think it should be halfway.
Half.
We should be at the early half right now because of the initial release problems it had due to COVID. So
a lot of people haven't gotten theirs yet. Yeah. And how many games from the PS4 look worse than the PS5?
You can play the PS4 and PS5. So, I mean, they look... Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like how much better is the PS5?
That's the conversation of the AAA devs mailing it in. That's different conversation.
But my PlayStation 4 was able to play Ragnarok. Everyone told me it was insane to play on a PS4. Had zero issues whatsoever. I think the diminishing returns in graphical quality is a big problem. And the file sizes are just getting bigger. 100 gigabytes is the standard now.
That's also, you got guys, EA, before they were bought by the Saudis, they wanted you to have Call of Duty be the only thing on your, is it EA? EA makes Call of Duty, right? Did I get that wrong?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep,
they wanted Call of Duty to be the only game on your hard drive. That's done with purpose, I believe. Some of these guys want these mega games to be the only thing you're playing. But
they don't optimize for shit anymore.
And that's here's the thing. You make it for the console. I mean, my favorite example of a company trying to do right, Square Enix. We've been this through before. Square Enix will release a game, and a year later, it'll be on PC. Optimized properly. Optimized, working well. They take the year to make sure it's optimized after the console.
And that adds value to the PlayStation in doing so.
Yeah. And
it's a smart way of doing it.
And now also, I mean, Square Enix is now cross-platform. Their deal with solo releases with Sony is over. They're not releasing everywhere. But point is, just from a development standpoint, they make sure the game works. And to your point, Jed, you're absolutely right when you say diminishing returns. Nothing looks anymore. There's no reason to go to the next generation because the tech, they haven't come up with anything new. And we talked about this a little bit on Friday at Ballbusters. We need to go to the next stage of gaming. We need some form of real virtual reality or real immersion or something like that to go to require a new upgrade. And there's no point in any of it. We're not there. And I'm not dumping money into the halfway shit. I mean, take your fake VR and throw it out the window. I don't give a crap. I want jack me in Sword Art Online style. Just don't microwave my brain. All right. That's all I'm asking.
You didn't jump on the Virtual Boy?
All right. Jed, Dre and I were there for that migraine-inducing red nightmare.
Golly, that don't hurt, man. That hurt.
I went into a Blockbuster. There's a thing called Blockbuster. All right. And I walked in there and shut up. And there it was. The Virtual Boy. And I said, the new thing. All right, I'll check it out.
What a disaster.
I lean into it. What is this red Armageddon nightmare that I'm looking at here?
Man.
What is this? I said, no. Within a minute, I'm like, no, I'm done. No, we get my movie, get out of here. Out.
No,
I saw
no.
white sparks for a week. It's so hurt.
Virtua Boy was that was one of Nintendo's biggest swings and miss ever. But to the point, back to this, there is no reason for a next generation. Xbox has risen the white flag. Sony, I think Sony was bailed out, honestly, by this shortage that's coming up. Because I think they were committed to putting out the PS6 in 28, 29. I think they were ready to do it. And I think now somewhere, some high up executive said, excuse, let's not do this. Let's not do this. And you know what? Legitimate excuse. There ain't no parts, but you know what the truth is? I think they know there's no market for it right now.
Oh, yeah.
There isn't.
Absolutely not. There's no market. 100%. And not to mention, you at this point, like you said, Adam, not until the 2030s, you shouldn't be dropping another console. There's no reason to.
Yeah.
There's no reason to. And especially now Xbox has finally said, screw the books.
Yeah.
Why release another PlayStation now? Yeah. You're the only one. You're the only one in the yard.
Yeah.
There's no reason.
Nintendo is Nintendo.
Yeah.
They do this. That's its own. It always has been its own thing. They've never competed. And PCs are PCs.
Yep.
And most people, let's be honest, most people have everything. We all have a console and a PC, and we go back and forth. That's why the console wars were dead a long time ago. That's why I don't see as a competition between That's why I always hated, console peasants. Motherfucker, you got a console and a PC. Don't be pushing that shit. We all have one of each somewhere. We all use them for different things. Shut the hell up. Don't try to pretend that you're some sort of master race, PC master race bullshit. I will take my foot and slap it upside, you fat head.
There's a lot of convenience factor in the favor of console, and I'm only a PC gamer primarily because of modding. That's one thing that it's way more difficult to do modding on a console.
Yeah,
like jailbreaking and everything. So
yeah,
I'm PC master race in that sense. But there are so many benefits to both that it's just tribalism.
And also, 100%. I'm a full believer in what Sony pioneered with the PlayStation 2. This thing is a multimedia center for me. I do a lot of different things on it. Look at this. It's serving as a background while we stream. I watch it's my ever since the PlayStation 2, I've never owned a Blu-ray player that isn't a PlayStation.
That might be one of the most genius things in gaming history is putting a Blu-ray player in the PS2.
Yeah. If I need to, I can stream on it. If I want to stream watch something on the TV stream, I mean, I can do a lot of things on it, and I do all the time, and that's why because I can do it and not busy up my computer while I'm doing something else.
Yeah.
I could be on this and have the computer doing something else. I can watch the movie on the computer while I'm playing the game, which I do very often for the shit I have to do for reviews. Let's be honest. I'm playing games 60% of the time if it's something I've seen before because I don't need to actually look at it.
Facts.
Point is, I think that we need to slow down in the end on all this stuff. And I think this upcoming shortage of stuff for the AI is going to give everybody the excuse they need to slow down and maybe take some time to do some R&D on what comes next, whatever it may be. I don't know, but I just think we need that.
This AI shortage can end overnight, though. That's an important thing to be prepared for because the bubble is getting ready to break.
Yeah.
OpenAI was at a $17 billion deficit last year, which is insane. And NVIDIA is losing money on it. And the most with all these AI data centers that we keep talking about of sucking up all the hardware for it, they can't get the funding or the permits or anything like that to actually build these data centers. The promised data centers, we're seeing about 5% of the promised data centers actually going into production. So these AI companies are buying up and hoarding the graphics cards and the RAM. So as soon as that bubble bursts, they're just going to open up that warehouse of perfect in-box graphics cards and start selling them. And that'll bring down the price
at a premium. At a premium.
Yeah, if they're doing it that way, they might be trying to recoup all their losses. So it could go either way with the price when it comes to that. But at least there'll be more supply to meet the demand. And it's still going to take another year or two for that bubble to burst, but it's going to happen because there's been no value for it. Like ChatGPT, they're putting in ads because they're not making enough money. There are
And I've
ads
always-
in ChatGPT now.
I've always said, and I've always been a person who said the graphics card industry was always a con anyway. They don't need to keep upgrading graphics cards as quickly as they do all the time.
It's a bit of
Oh
a
no,
fad,
not at
yeah.
all. Not at all.
In
Like
PC, especially.
Yeah.
like,
It's always
that,
been
that might be the biggest farce of the IT industry. It was the video cards and like jumping generations, months in between each other, when you know that that the graphics card that you have can last a decade. It can 100%, because your RAM is what takes most of the heat, not the video card itself. Yes, there's onboard GPUs that also take away from the from the RAM
with the
being able to run.
multi-processors that exist now in computers.
Exactly.
But you can go
to
forever.
say that I gotta buy a GeForce 3050X every time a new Assassin's Creed game
It's
comes
so
out.
pretentious when people are
And
like, "Oh, you've got the
And
4090. Well, I've
That's
got
what
the
I'm
what-
talking about.
Yeah.
The graphic card industry has been a goddamn mafia for decades, and I've hated it. That's one of the reasons I've always been so hesitant to get into PC gaming, but just as the only thing, because the goddamn cards. Oh, now you need the new card for this. Oh, you need the card for that. I was like, really?
No, it's a racket, man. It's a
Racket.
big old racket.
Good, better word, racket. I love it. Yeah. So, we're gonna see what happens on this. So, a lot of this is a little bit of speculation, but I think we've been around the blocks enough times that we can predict some of this stuff coming either way. You know what I predict also? Show's over. We're done. We're over. I guess nobody wants to torture me yet, but we got a month. We got a month to torture me.
It's gonna happen. As soon as
It'll
Kratos
happen.
shows up on the daily dive again, he'll start torturing. you again.
He'll trigger it, I'm sure. And listen, I don't want to hear this from you, woman. I don't hear it from you. We stopped playing it because they stopped updating the game. The game busted. The game was a failure, and we stopped. And you'll get that Klingon when I grow a third toe. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. But when I grow a third toe.
Starfleet Academy established you only have two.
What?
2 toes. I'm not talking Klingons. I'm talking Tig Notaro's 2 toes.
We saw Tig Notaro's feet this week.
And she said stubbing your toe is worse than holding your own guts into your stomach as you bleed out.
Yeah, let's wrap this up. We're going to go down a very dark path here. Anyway, okay. Jed, what's your week look like?
Well, everyone can find me on YouTube at The Endless Frontiers. I'm going to be going live probably in about 2 hours, as long as my wife and I are feeling up to the Story Forge. We're both a little under the weather, so I reserve the right to cancel at any time. We'll see how it goes. This is one of the weirdest stories we've ever done. Satan Santa Claus sends demon cosplaying as a Christmas
Look at that reaction.
to steal the manger from the nativity scene, so people disassociate Christmas from Christ and make it called Santa's Balls instead of Christmas. I'm getting paid to write that short story tonight. And it ends in an epic heaven versus hell battle in hell, which is cosplaying as the North Pole, with Christmas-themed destruction and angels turning demons dressed as Christmas elves into balloons. Biggles Met showed up on last week's Chat Choose Your Own Adventure.
Oh, this is a Biggles. Okay,
it was his ideas that people joined together to pay for, so I got paid for it. But
that's fine.
Right now, the short
I support the grift.
Right now, the short story is called Santa's Claus, but not a lot of people like that, so that'll be the grift here for tonight. Is renaming it if anybody wants to. So tune into that if we end up doing it. Whether or not I do Story Forge. Oh yes, Biggles made a random dog girl at the end. He's just like, all right, make a random dog girl show up.
Now, are we talking?
And I tried
full furry or just like ears and
dog
a tail?
ears and a tail.
Okay, so it's not a furry. It's okay to enjoy it.
I made it work. I made it so that in this world, they're Grim Reapers, kind of like in Supernatural, and they shapeshifted into whoever's death's beliefs are, whoever's dying's beliefs are. So she was coming from ancient Egypt and had been dressed as Anubis a moment ago and was caught mid-transformation. That's how I bullshitted the dog girl. But yeah, there's a dog girl in there. But even if I cancel Storyforge due to illness, I'll at least stream the Star Wars Genesis game for a little while. Might do both, but we'll see how we're feeling. And then tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, planning on doing the the Right or Flight podcast with another chat choose your own adventure. I'm never going to catch up on these if they keep paying for it, but I'm more than happy to take your money for all this nonsense. And then later on tomorrow night, Adam and I will be back playing some Jump Space at 7:30 p.m. We're gonna have fun. We always have fun. It's laid back. Nobody watches, but we have fun with it. And there's regularly scheduled things for the rest of the week with Starfleet Academy this Thursday, the review up, and then Saturday, the live stream review for it, Saturday at 6 p.m.
Okay. Dre.
That was a lot of gobbledygook you just said there, Jed. I got to put that out there. And one thing I will address is like there was something from Supernatural, like Death. Didn't Death have his own theme song? Because I remember the theme song.
Yes, when he was introduced in season 5.
Yeah,
season 5.
It was
Death.
Oh, Death. That joint was fire.
I actually had that song on my Spotify for a while.
Really
it was great. And then they replaced him with an angry black woman.
But that is Death. I won't argue against that. That's true. So this week I have another interview on the Brutal Planet Comics YouTube channel. A new indie comic book creator that's just trying to break into the industry. So that's going to be really, really fun. That will be on Wednesday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So definitely check that out on the Brutal Planet Comics YouTube channel. Also, you can find me on X Twitter at TheBrood00. And of course, check out my site, bbcomics.io. You can see all my comic work, voice work, and all the other great stuff. And I made the announcement yesterday on IG. My hiatus is finally over. I am back producing the sequel Trouble Rise of the Children. We are back in production. We are back cooking on all cylinders. So that we'll have more announcements coming down the pipeline for that as well.
Nice.
So yeah, and do all the great YouTube things, like, comment, subscribe, and share the videos.
As for me, tonight at about 4.5 hours, I will go do the recording for Wormhole Watch over on Brad's channel, Duke Neville 95, where we watch and talk DS9. So you can see that edited every Wednesday on Brad's channel in the evening. Then tomorrow, we've got Daily Dive, Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern, except for review days. That's a new thing. If I have a review show, especially right now Thursdays, no Daily Dive on Thursdays because I need to devote the time for the long form review. It's too much, too crammed. I don't like working until 8 o'clock at night doing a review when I could have it done way earlier in the day. Either way, so we got that. There will be more Voyager Across the Unknown streams, not tonight because now I'm taking the rest of the afternoon off, and I don't like to cram it in between things. But maybe tomorrow night after Jed and I are done with Jump Space, maybe I'll fire one up because we'll be done around 9, and that seems to be when I'm starting these. So after we're done with that, maybe I'll fire one up tomorrow night. Then, of course, rest of the week, as Jed said, we've got Starfleet Academy episode 8. I have no idea where they go next with this dog shit show, so we'll find out. And, of course, other things doing that. Either way, that's all. We never know what's going to happen in the week, so stay tuned for that. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. We appreciate your support. We appreciate you guys hanging out. Hit those like buttons. Subscribe. Links are in the description below, and we'll see you guys next week. Until then, take it easy, everybody.